financial decisions are terrible. Yeah, some of it, yes, was terrible. But the truth is that we all make mistakes. But at the end of the day, did we learn anything? Like literally anything? Did we ever learn of those mistakes and did we fix it? And look, when it comes to the financial national debt of our government, no, we didn't learn anything. All we did is just spend trillions and trillions of dollars, not only to Israel, but also to Ukraine, India, Taiwan, maybe even some of the splurge money of NATO, the UN, and the EU. Let me tell you something. Those countries don't give a damn about Americans or every sovereign freeing nomads like me or you and anybody else, regardless if they're like expats. They don't care. They don't care. Especially those consulting firms that I just mentioned in the last video and even the other one. I'm telling you, they don't care. At the end of the day, they want to squeeze as much juice out of that dollar as much as possible. After that's over with, they'll move on to something else. And here's the thing, they have adopted this ruthless mindset, and they have to be ruthless. And guess what? They're winning right now. And that is the sad part, but it's the truth. You got And guess what? These firms actually work for APAC. They work for big pharma, big food, big everything. They're the ones that control the government at the end of the day. They're the ones that control and make the decisions that our politicians sign into law. They don't want the experiment to end. They want it to keep going until the United States of America is no more. That's the real enemy that we're facing as Americans. Regardless if you're left, right, far left, centrist, libertarian, maybe even a socialist and communist, we as Americans have the same enemy. We have the same enemy. It's called Big Everything. And if you haven't watched the movie Idiocracy, or you have, you know what I'm talking about. The shitification of everything has gone up. Not only that, I'm being brutally honest, just as Beth Rip from Yellowstone and Dutton Ranch. I'm going to be as brutally honest as possible. They don't care. All they care about right now is their profits and their news conferences. They don't care about the life of an American or a sovereign citizen of each country. They don't care. I said it before, they don't care. I'll tell you why. Because they care about their own. And if you're a loyal corporate stooge, why should you care about them if they didn't care about you? Regardless of what industry it is. If they care about themselves, you should too. But again, there is a separation of the line. Is your due diligence and your soul. They all said, if you sell your soul to the devil, your life is ruined. Well, in this case, the devil right now is these big industries currently and those that are in power. That to me is the devil. And if you're a Christian, you know exactly what I'm talking about right here. You know exactly what we're talking about. You see, as a former Christian, now Stoic, with New Age philosophy, agnostic, and spiritualism, I can see what true evil looks like. And it's the one that's going on in the Middle East and even in Eastern Europe, aka Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan, India. I'm telling you, especially with the HB1 scandals and corruption, we're not getting the end of the bargain like we used to with our grandparents and parents and even the parents before them. We're not getting it, regardless if it's men or women of our generation and below. It's scary. We have youngsters that can't even read and write, that can't understand history, and that can't understand basic mathematics and economics. That's the scary part. That's what they want. They don't want educated innovators like you and me. They're actually able to question everything, take the golden pill, and revolutionize themselves. They don't want that. They feel threatened by it. And it's the truth. It is nothing but the truth. We have to educate ourselves, or otherwise, they're going to keep on gaining more and more power while everyone else's retirement funds and spending runs dry. That's their agenda.
And things in our life, we're still struggling paycheck to paycheck. But there again, we don't have much and we want to retire. I want to retire before I'm in a wheelchair or I can't walk. I want to be 90 and not retire.
That's sad.
Thousands of people every day in America turn 65, and thousands of those people are still working at 65. Aren't we supposed to be retired at 65? Yeah, we are, but are we? No.
And honestly, for a lot of Gen X adults, the problem isn't saving harder anymore. Like, people be given financial advice for like 1997. Cut expenses, max your 401k, skip the coffee. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, the groceries doubled, insurance doubled, and a lot of people are helping their kids and their parents at the same time. This isn't just people being irresponsible. A lot of Gen Xers, they did everything they were told to do. You work hard, stay loyal, and save what you can. And now they're looking at retirement like, wait a minute.
Now imagine if your name is Beulah from Dud Ranch. Can you imagine if you have a camera in that cattle and next thing you know, Carter just throws it away and then you get a heart attack? Imagine if that's you and the consulting firms and all these mega corporations that have the Zionist and jihadist intentions. Can you imagine if that exposes the corruption that's been fed for 50 to 100 years while men and women are divided? That's exactly what we're seeing right now. What I'm trying to say is that we're seeing average Americans struggling. And listen, I struggle too. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be on my higher than thou mighty horse.
Are you tired of your corporate overlords owning you? It's time that you own your freedom with RetroFocus 85. It will save 20% of your entire order, regardless if you're new and old customer. You get to apply this promo code on nomadicpath.com. And if you act right now before September 15th, 2026, you will actually save a significant amount of money, your freedom and liberty, and your life. Act right now before September 15th, 2026.
Is that we've been fed poison for decades. Think of the opioid crisis, but 10 times worse. That is our economy right now. And not only should that absolutely scare you, that should make you angry. Like, seriously. Everyone is seeing the truth. Both parties are a bunch of lying, hypocritical businessmen. Yes, Republicans and Democrats. The majority of them are liars, scam artists, fraudsters, Wall Street douchebags. That's who they are. And we don't have leading spokesperson like Thomas Massey or even Robcon. Well, he's going to be gone soon. But after that, nobody in America trusts these people anymore. Guess what? Both parties are at an all-time low. But what is mainstream media going to do? Prop up the bullshit machine. That's what they're going to do while everyone suffers. That, to me, is pure corporate corrupt socialism. Something that Russia has never seen before. Yeah, they were a communist nation at one point, but America has reached into corporate socialism while everybody else is literally a peasant, and next thing you know, they're kings and queens. Guess what? We have this right here. And please look into this for $12.99 on Amazon if you can, or something closer to that price range, because this will absolutely help you to free your soul.
The math ain't mathin'. And honestly, I think conversation needs to shift.
Most people aren't going to be able to retire. Sorry for being the bearer of bad news here. That whole lie of, save $1 million in your 401k and you're going to be able to retire and live in the Florida Keys and enjoy the last 40 to 45 years of your life. It's a lie. It's a lie that was the truth for boomers. And to this day, we still spew it. And so many people hit like 50 years old and they look around and go, oh, I'm never going to be able to retire. I still can't believe people like fall for it. Like, the only reason I have a 401k is so that I could take loans out against it. And it's like free money. Other than that, retirement accounts are useless unless you don't know how to use your money. Like, having a huge lump sum of money that you save up for 50 years, that doesn't matter.
Actually, he made a very, very good point about the 401ks in today's economy. He made a good point. Very good point. I think the retirement age myth has been kind of outdated right now. And why do I say outdated is because not everybody's going to retire at 65. I mean, if you're able to retire at 65, good for you. But for everybody else, it's not possible. I think you either have to retire early and make the plan right, which is what I'm going to be doing at this point. I mean, obviously, I've been thinking about mid 30s to like maybe even the late 40s after everything is said and done. But at this point, I think the most realistic thing we could all do right now is to actually have a realistic retirement goal and not retire at 65 with our bodies barely working. That sounds like hell to me.
Yeah, it's nice to have, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to retire and live off that for the last 40 years of your life. Not at the rate we're going right now. You got to focus on some cash flow. You got to focus on something paying you every single month. And guess what? When you do that, and you focus on just getting payments instead of a huge lump sum of money, you can retire much sooner. Riddle me this. Would you rather work for 50 years to have $1 million sitting in an account and you never make any other money? Or would you rather work for 15 years and have $10,000 a month? That's what I'm doing. I'm going with that
That's
second.
a great idea.
Just give me my payments every month. There's a lot of ways you can go about it. I go through real estate. My goal is to retire by 35. And as you can imagine, there's no way in hell I'd be able to save up $1 million in my 401k.
That guy right there has taken the golden pill. He's the first one to actually know about this. First one. Guys, it is possible to make this happen. And he's the first one to admit it. Having 10K per month for 15 years and retire early is the way to go. And listen, I'm getting to that point as well, but it's not too late to do that. It's not too late to take the golden pill, and the revolution is now. It's not too late to do that. So do what he does and you'll be just fine. Just do your due diligence and you'll be okay. Because we all have our different paths, but eventually we will get to the same finish line at a different rate. So that's just how life really is at this point.
By then, but $10,000+ a month in that time by investing into things that give me cash flow month to month. That is the way you're going to retire. That is the only way you're going to be able to retire and live comfortably. Because guess what? $1 million sitting around does nothing but lose value. Yeah, most retirement accounts are able to outproduce inflation, not by much, but they can. You know what doesn't get beat out by inflation? Housing prices, rent prices, assets, businesses, services. Those will never get outdone by inflation. They're going to go up right along with it. That is how you retire. You invest into those things, you get your cash flow, and you're done. Stop trying to do the 50-year, oh, I'm going to retire with $1 million. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore, and I'm sorry to say that. There are so many people today realizing that. You think these old folks want to be out in the workforce still? Truly and honestly? I saw like a 70-year-old woman working at a gas station the other day. That's embarrassing. That's no fault to her. It's just not possible to retire anymore. You have to do something different. The system doesn't work. Like I said, I don't even use my retirement account as a retirement account. I use it as free money that I'm going to take loans out against and pay myself back. Guess where those loans go? Those tax-free loans go into investments that make me more money. And then I take tax-free loans out against the houses that I purchase, or I refinance them or whatever. It's all tax-free. And guess what? It goes into more shit. That's how you do it.
I need to apologize for that last video I did, which I look like a mess that just woke up. Because I was a mess that just woke up. Okay, because yesterday I had what should have been a very relaxing day with my sister. A couple hours bobbing in the pool. In her pool, a couple hours playing bingo. Okay, in the little social hall they have over there. We had a ball, right? I felt like by the time I got home that I had been ran over by a semi. What is going on? Is it just age? is it just weight. I felt like after doing that with the senior citizens, I felt like I had on a weighted vest, weighted pants. It just was a struggle just to walk. What is that? Do you suffer with that? What is that? Anyway, I'm sorry I'm come off as a Debbie Downer a lot. We just need to vent and compare like what is going on, okay? And it helps to cry about it. But this video,
if you enjoy videos like this, and you're actually interested in videos like this one that just happened recently, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below and subscribe to this channel right here and right now. With that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, Innovator.